What's up, everybody? This is your favorite family member, Uncle Mike, and I am bringing you another episode of Let's Talk About It. I think last post I made, I was telling you that I was a part of the Let's Be Real Media group, where we have a number of podcasts up under the umbrella of Let's Be Real Media. Of course, I'm going to do use the hashtag LBR Media. If you're a Titans fan, if you are a sports fan, if you are a fan of a number of topics, um, uh, come to Let's Be Real Media, and we have a number of podcast shows that for sure should be able to spark your interest and hopefully get you engaging with us. So on today, on my episode of Let's Talk About It, I don't even really have a title of it. It's pretty much just me sitting here talking and me asking you all some questions that I really want you to engage. This is a topic that I think will hit a lot of nerves as it relates to relationships and as it relates to people starting new families and beginning or being part of families and bridging into families when you guys are married or so on and so forth. None of these things relate to me, or maybe they do. I don't know. But none of these topics really relate to me and my current relationship. So I'm not getting on here expressing anything that I know personally. But again, sometimes you talk and you never know, again, what may be an issue for someone or for something until they address it with you. So that's what this is about. So I'll give you a brief intro as to what this will be about. So I love my Ayala Fix My Life kind of shows. I love Dr. Steve Perry, and I love Jason Wilson, and my mentor. Of course, I don't know why I'm drew a blank, but Devon Franklin, my mentor, he also has a new book out too, so you guys should get it. I haven't started reading it yet, but I will start reading it soon. It's always about relationships, and it's always about, kind of one being whole in yourself, and again, relationships. That's pretty much what we're talking about. So, on an episode of Ayala Fix My Life, it was a situation where it was a father, and he had pretty much this was the viral event of I think it was like last year when the father went on. Or he went viral for saying, in my house, my woman don't have to work, and the man's supposed to take care of everything, and I give my kids this, and I do for my daughters that, and because that's what a man's supposed to do. And this guy, he went viral. He ends up contacting, or someone in the family ends up contacting Ayala for Fix My Life, and everything that guy said was, true for the most part, but everybody in the house was living in hell. The wife didn't have a say so. She didn't know who she was. The daughters didn't have a relationship with their father outside of being able to provide for them. The son didn't respect the father. I mean, they were even getting to fist fights because of this macho uh, manhood type or persona that was in his household, and the world praised this guy, and that's what's supposed to happen in the households, and that's what's supposed to that's what a man's supposed to do for his family, and all this other stuff. I was one on the other side saying, I think there's a little bit more to this. And personally in my household, I can't necessarily say that I provide everything for my household, but we have a plan that works for us, and we do what works for us, and my wife contributes how the household sees fit that she contributes, just as I contributes as the household sees that I contributes. There is no necessarily little I's and little U's. We have roles and we have positions and in our partnership or our relationship in our marriage that we play, not play, that take part in our household, but you know, I ain't gonna get into that, but that's a whole nother story. So we don't follow those guidelines as it relates to the Cunningham household. But so he was on there, and pretty much I don't even want to talk about that aspect. I want to get into his mother. So his mother got on the episode, and she talked about her how when he got married, that she felt like she lost her son, And I've heard this in before, and I've mentioned it in a few episodes that we have here. As far as that the fathers, no, the mothers, they raise their daughters and they love their sons, and the fathers, they cherish their daughters and they, show their sons tough love. And I don't even want to talk about that. We're not even going to get into that topic. I want to talk specifically about why is it that it is so hard for mothers to let go of their sons? Why is it so hard for mothers to, when the son finds a girlfriend and eventually they move into a marriage, or they move into just being serious with each other, and they have they start their own family, and the son ends up becoming the head of the household, of his household. Well, I can't say normally, in a lot of situations, or a lot of situations, the mother has a huge resentment against the wife. And so that's what happened on that Ayala Fix My Life episode, where the mom didn't know too much of how to build a relationship with her daughter-in-law, because she felt that the daughter-in-law took her son away from her. And I mean, it caused a whole bunch of drama between them, to where like they didn't even talk to each other. The mom, I think, was living in the house, and she would go to her son about different things, and would disregard the wife feelings, and all of this craziness. And it just really brought me to the topic of, why is that so hard for women to let go of their sons? And I'm really asking because, again, I mean, my story with me having two mothers. And if you don't, go back on YouTube, let's talk about it on my YouTube page, and look at a couple episodes where we talk about a motherless child, or we talk about, where, you be being raised in a different family, or the non-traditional household type of situation. And I pretty much fall in that category, whatever. So I have two mothers. And both of my mothers, one, I mean, from my understanding, not from, I know both of my mothers, they love my wife, and they honor her position in my life, and they respect her position in my life, just as well as they respect her position in their lives, because they they didn't lose a son, they gained a daughter. Shout out to Jay-Z. So why is that? Why do women have that, I guess, territorial kind of feelings over their sons? I mean, I really want you all to drop down in the chat, and let's continue this conversation, because on the other hand, now I don't have a daughter, or but it just, I'll give you an example with my father-in-law. I mean, my father-in-law, of course, when we first met, he was a little bit standoffish, because it's like, well, who's this guy dating my daughter? I want to make sure that he is, a good guy for my daughter. And to this day, me and my father-in-law, I call him Pop, me and my father-in-law, we have a really good relationship. We talk. We really have dialogue that's outside of his daughter. We really have a relationship with each other, where he motivates me to want to do things, and I'm quite sure maybe I encourage him in some areas as well. But I mean, we really have a father and son dynamic, and I'm really grateful for that. But say all that to say, like, it wasn't where, um, who is this man coming to, court my daughter or date my daughter. It was just him really sitting back and observing to see if I was, uh, I guess, a good fit for his daughter. And we end up getting married, and again, the relationship is what we have today. But I had never experienced that, or I don't see it too many times, where the father has a problem with giving away their daughter, as much as it is the mothers giving away their son, or the mothers becoming mother-in-laws in this situation. And I really don't understand it. So this is a serious, let's talk about it, where, in my opinion, it really shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter about what is the relationship between, the son and the mother, because again, you're not coming, the wife is not coming to disrupt that, or at least they shouldn't be coming to disrupt that. But I think the mother has to understand hierarchy purposes. In the Bible, this is my household, and in my life, even though I have a mother, I have mothers. Um, my wife comes first in my household and in my life. She is, who is the queen of my castle. She is the one who rules the things around here, and her opinion matters over anybody's at this point because we are married. And again, like I said, I can't say that my mom or either of my mothers have had a problem with my wife in that scenario, but I can see where maybe some of them, not some of them, maybe one of them have thought that maybe they were getting replaced, or that we used to do certain things and now we don't do those things anymore. But for the most part, I have not experienced that to the extent of what I know some other people to have experienced that whole theme of. And I don't know where that comes from. Like, what is that built in our lineage, or is it a white thing? Is it a black thing versus a white thing? I don't know. I have some white followers, some white family members, I like to say. So I'm looking for you all to chime in as well. I even have some friends and family members who are in interracial relationships, so maybe they can chime in on this topic as well. But why is that? Why is it so hard for the mothers to let go of their sons, when it's normally not that way for the fathers to let go of their daughters? The rule is just don't hurt my daughter. Um, and that's only if the fathering did it. Let's be honest. That's only if the father was in the picture for their daughter, because we know a lot of those cases as well. So I'm curious to see you all's responses as it relates to this topic. And again, I really want you uh, to chime in and let me know. I'm going to see if I can post the link to the YouTube to Ayala's episode, but that probably will be posted on my YouTube channel. So you'll see a small snippet here on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. But to view this full video, of course, you want to go to YouTube. So I'm really interested into hearing what you all have to say about this topic. Again, this is another episode of Let's Talk About It. I am your favorite family member, Uncle Mike. You can follow me at everything hashtag LTAIPOD. That's for Let's Talk About It podcast. Also, make sure you follow in the Let's Be Real Media Group, where you have a number of podcasts up under that umbrella. You can, of course, like, share, subscribe, chat. Am I missing anything? Follow. Yeah, do all of those things. But this is another episode of Let's Talk About It. Really quick episode, but I wanted to get on here and get something put out. And I want you all to engage with me. So, again, I don't know if I've said this, but if no one has told you that they love you today, remember that Uncle Mike loves you. Peace out.